Now with another truth exposure. Now we go get into this so-called Silicon Valley Bank that they say fall. You remember that? And now they're telling you it's like a train reaction with all these so-called banks falling. We go get into that and see why it happening, because we know it's a government trick in these end times. As you could see, you see the numbers right there? That's 33 coding right there in plain sight for this supposedly Silicon Valley bank that fall. And what they involve in? They supposedly cryptocurrency. So you have to understand, people, this is part of the destruction of the masses. Right here, start out with your banking system. That's one of them that gonna control the masses. Remember, your money gonna tie to a blockchain, and you actually have to go to the government before you can get your money. Everybody money basically is direct deposit. Even your paycheck gonna be direct deposit, so they have control of your money. 100% in. We go get into this and break it down, show you how they're shaping up for the new world.
Meanwhile, Signature Bank marks the third largest bank failure in U.S. history. Regulators say all customer deposits will be insured in that case as well. ABC's Mona Kozar-Abdi joins me live outside one of those branches in New York City for more on this. Mona, you've been talking to customers there this morning. What are they telling you?
That's right, Diane. Customers now are left with assurances from federal officials and also from inside the bank after the state bank regulators shut the bank down on Sunday. And again, as you mentioned, this
So you understand what's going on, people. It's a so-called federal government that shut the building down, the bank. So that's eye-opening right there. We go get to that later on, where I'm going to break it down and show you how they supposedly take over these banks, because they're insured by the so-called federal government. So because they're insured by the federal government and they have these faulty loans going on in the bank, the government gonna come in and take over the bank. You understand? It's a 100% trick they have from the government. They use that on the masses. They never understand. Like I told you, when one bank supposedly crash or go under, another bank pop up at the same location. That tell you all the banking system is connected. All of them connected to the world government. That's what they use to control the masses. Money and this banking system. And like I say, now your money gonna go all virtual. You're not gonna get a check in the hand no more. You're not gonna get cash. All money virtual. Listen.
Third largest bank closure in U.S. history. To some extent, this is part of the panic surrounding the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank, which has left many small and mid-sized banks like Signature Bank vulnerable to bank runs. But New York Governor Kathy Hochul says that many of the businesses that bank with Signature Bank are small businesses, and federal officials are, again, reassuring customers that they will be made whole, even though a lot of them have deposited more than the $250,000 insured by the FDIC. We did speak to one man, David, as he was walking out of the bank, and he tells us that he still has full confidence in the bank. Take a listen.
What did they say? Everything is okay.
Were you surprised when you heard the news yesterday?
Yes.
Did you have
So you believe this, people? They catch him to give him an interview. He got more than 200 and something thousand in the bank. Yes, and he say everything is okay. His money is good. Listen.
any idea that this was coming?
No.
What were you hoping to get in there today?
Just make the deposit.
So they reassured you the customer
Make a
service is okay as well?
Yes.
Wow.
And we also spoke with an attorney named David who says that, or Donald, excuse me, who said that he started banking with Signature Bank about 10 years ago. And the reason why he chose them was because he said he wanted to walk into a branch where people knew his name. And
You understand? This is a trick, people. Like I say, they talk about these small banks that they have in these neighborhoods, yes, and these areas, these cities, and they be like, no, it's not like big bank like Chase and Bank of America and them things. It's small community banks. They're owned by the big banks. That's what you need to understand. All banking system connected. They're all the same. They just make them in little branches with different names. That's what they do. So when they tell you that, they say, oh, the people know my name, it's bullshit. It's the same big bank control those little banks, and they show you right there when they come and take it over. Like I say, that bank gonna turn into a Chase or a Wells Fargo, or maybe a Bank of America. That's just how it is. 100%
And
in.
when he got the news news yesterday that Signature Bank would be closing, he says his heart dropped and he rushed in here first thing this morning, and they reassured him that any outstanding checks that he has written will be honored. And so he too says that he still has full confidence in the bank, Diane.
Wow, of course you have full
Zarabdi in
confidence.
New York, thank you.
So you have full confidence in the bank even when it crash. Like I said, the government will supposedly, the federal government will supposedly give you some of your money back or most of the money back, but that's not the problem. The problem is the control. They trick you into believing banking so they can control every money you spend. Like I said, now that the money is going virtual, this is why they're doing this right here. It's going to be all banks control the masses, 100% in.
Start with the troubled global banking sector. European markets have closed down more than 3%, spooked by a major sell-off of shares in the Swiss banking giant Credit Suisse.
Yeah, that people, even in the Swiss bank, already take a hit. But like I say, people, they're going to call it spook, because they're the one who doing it. They're triggering off the people to run from the supposedly small bank to the big bank. But what you have to understand, they're all the same. You have to understand that, people, they're not different. The big banks own the small banks. The world government own the banking system. They're the one who give you cryptocurrency. You didn't hear that before? I've been telling you these things. They're the one who come up with the cryptocurrency. Remember this. If there was such thing separate from the bank called crypto, and you using the money to the bank to buy it, and the bank not tied to it, what that tell you? They lie to you. They trick you with that shit. The bank is the one who come up with those cryptocurrency so they can use it to rob the masses. They got you believing in it enough when the Bitcoin goes 60 grand and then bam, you follow suit by buying all those supposedly small coins and cryptocurrency that coming up, and then they supposedly fall. What you think? All planned by the bank. And like I said, the bank is dressing up to take more control of the people now. Remember, say for instance, before the pandemic, you never have so much people involved in direct deposit. It's since the pandemic. That's part of the trick. The pandemic where you stay at home and all of these things, and government send you money and go set up accounts so you can get direct deposit, all by design. A lot of people get loans from the government just because they want them to set up those things. The stimulus, it influenced the masses to get direct deposit set up. Now that's how you receive your money. That's why they're doing this, people. When they shuffle it up, everybody gonna run to the big banks, which is the same banking system, but they now have more control of you because your money is now virtual.
Days after the collapse of the US-based Silicon Valley Bank, it's prompted fears of a full-blown crisis in the sector.
Silicon Valley is fakery. Government fake shit for the dumb masses.
So let's look at the damage at the close of the European markets today. Well, shares in Credit Suisse plunged to a record low, falling 24%. Now, that came after its biggest investor said it could not give the bank any more financial help.
Why the bank need financial help, people? Why? I'm going to ask you again. The bank get the money from you. Your money in the bank running that shit. You got it? All the transaction they're doing is your money. The loans that they're giving out is other people's money. Do you understand that? A lot of people have accounts where they can't go under $1,000. That means they have to actually keep at least $1,000 in their account to keep it going, or they have to pay a fee. With all those fees and complications that the bank got, they always get money off the people. They always make profit, not lose. You better understand that. All fake shit they give the masses with this banking system. And like I say, you buy a home from the bank, pay down a down payment, and paying for it for 10 years. And then you're faulty on the loan. They kick you out the house and sell it again for the same money or more that they sell you for, and they never give you a refund. How did the bank lose our faulty loans? Faulty loans actually make the banks better.
Meanwhile, here in the UK, the insurer Prudential tumbled 10%, and the high street bank Barclays fell 8%.
See that, people?
The plunge by banking stocks left London's FTSE 100 index down almost 4%, its lowest level this year.
See
Today,
that, people? And you believe that the train reaction from the Silicon Valley Bank fall? I already told you it's a system. It's a system they're running right now on the masses to get you over to all direct deposit and the supposedly bank system. Once they get you in, they control your money, how much you spend, when you spend it, who you give that to, who you spend that with. They have to have control of the masses' money.
It was the worst performance for the index, which lists the 100 largest companies on the London Stock Exchange since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. So let's take a closer look at Credit Suisse. Well, today saw the second day of sharp falls for its shares after the Swiss bank yesterday disclosed that its auditor had identified material weaknesses in its financial reporting controls.
And you have to listen out for more of this, people. It's a train reaction they're giving you. Listen for more of these supposedly bank crashing and supposedly not getting funding anymore, or the takeover. That's what they got planned right now.
Its biggest shareholder is the Saudi National Bank, which holds almost 10% of the Swiss bank.
You see that?
It now says it can't increase its stake on regulatory grounds.
There you go.
Our business presenter Ben Thompson looks at Credit Suisse's growing problems.
There are very specific reasons that Credit Suisse is finding itself in this position. You may remember the Greensill scandal. It was caught up in that. There were big issues over Mozambique, its investments there. It was also
show up in the black and white tie, and he mentioned in all PSYOPs, government shit they set up so they can come in with order and control.
Convicted in last year, in the summer of last year, of failing to prevent money laundering. It unveiled a big turnaround plan. It announced a $4 billion loss last year. Speculation clearly over its financial health, whether it could meet those repayments, whether it could meet those loans. And now just the latest suggestions in its delayed company report that it was reporting of material weakness in its financial controls.
There you go.
Well, picking up on that material weakness is Victoria Scholar, Head of Investment at Interactive.
It's 5-year credit default swaps, which is essentially a measure of the cost of insuring against buying its bonds. So it gives you a clue about how risky its bonds are, have soared to a new record high. Like you say, this week it found material weakness in its financial statements and that it's been unable to stem outflows. But the latest is that its biggest backer, the Saudi National Bank, isn't going to be providing any further financial support, and it won't be going above 10% in terms of its holdings. So the stock was actually halted after its second day of decline.
This don't make no sense, people. So something that they've been said in their business, negotiations or whatever, why is it out to the public that the public gonna hear that and get panic? How did they hear that, people? They got the inside thing going on, supposedly. How would it get to the public? Let's listen.
Well, confidence in the sector took another knock late on Tuesday when the ratings agency Moody's revised its outlook on the US banking system to negative from stable, citing heightened risks for the sector. A spokesperson for the US Treasury has said that it's monitoring the Credit Suisse situation. Here's what the EU's Commissioner for Finance Services told the European Parliament in Strasbourg earlier today.
We can say that the EU banking sector is in overall good shape. It has built up its resilience in recent years, and it is supervised closely by national and European authorities. But I think at this very early stage, we can start to look at some of the lessons that these failures in the US have for the European Union.
Well, let's cross over to get some analysis from Susanna Streeter, Head of Money and Markets at the Investment Services Hargreaves Lansdown. Susanna, welcome. Let's just focus in on Credit Suisse. Is there a real risk that it could go bust?
I think there is growing concern about just how robust the bank is, particularly when we hear that Swiss authorities talking to the bank's management to try and work out the way forward, and alarms have been raised by at least one other European government asking authorities in Switzerland to take action to try and restore confidence. Certainly the bank had already been experiencing problems, but what's happened right now with this banking rout and concerns about the impact of the SVB, Silicon Valley Bank collapse, and the impact on smaller banks in the US.
Can you believe this, people? It affecting the whole wide world. What's going on with the Silicon Valley Bank fall? It gonna be a train reaction worldwide? You better understand, I already told you, it's a part of changing over the world right now in your face.
Throughout 2022, the economy remains strong. Unemployment hovered near historic lows.
Remember, the economy is fake shit, people. They tell you about it weak or it's strong. They're the one who tell you that. Sometimes you're nice and good and you're moving around, no problem. They tell you have an economy problem. Next time they say, oh, it's good and everything going right. But you can't make ends meet. What did I tell you? It's something that they're doing right here. It's nothing real about the economy and what they tell you about it. They're the one who give you the news. If it's up or it's down, whatever they say goes.
Unemployment at a half-century low.
You hear that? Unemployment at a half-century low. Why? Because they give you the pandemic, the fake virus bullshit, and tell you to hide. Remember, they're the one who tell you to get off the damn job, and they will pay you unemployment. People will gladly do that, and then they blame it and tell you that, hey, you know, the economy is going down because we don't have enough workers. Then everybody say they're hiring. Nobody wants to work. And now they want to make a 4-day work week. I'm telling you, people, it's the end of times. That's why they're doing all of this shit to us.
Wages were on the rise.
We also saw some wage growth, about 5% annually.
Causing the Fed to continue pumping the brakes to try to cool down inflation.
The Fed has been raising rates in hopes of slowing the economy. And with so many businesses still hiring, that means the economy isn't really slowing that quickly.
You hear that, people? That's what they tell you. Once it's say for IR people, you know, they hiring people, that means the economy is booming. It's bullshit. 100%
that riled Wall Street.
Facing the growing possibility of a recession, Wall Street spent another day in turmoil.
And you're probably feeling it in those 401ks. Stocks are...
For the stock market and bond market, it was the worst year since the great financial crisis in 2008.
And they're the one who make them, people. They're the one who do all of this shit. Like I said, the Wall Street is just a public hoax. They put it out there to make the people feel like, yeah, when something happen in here, control what's going on. They have to show you something. So they give you Wall Street where they're supposed to be trading stock. You see, if you're dumb enough to buy stocks, that's your business. Because you're dumb. 100% dumb if you think you're going to buy stock in Burger King, McDonald's, Walmart, and even the fucking vaccine. You're stupid. What is it good for? You think you're going to gain some money off those companies? They're owned by the government people who control you. And since they use it to control you, why not acting like you're actually buying some of it? You don't get it, people. It's a hoax. The stock market is a hoax. They use it as a switch, up and down to tell you how your life running. The inflation, the economy, all of that shit is bullshit. 100%
The NASDAQ
bullshit.
down for 4 straight quarters for the first time since the dot-com bust.
Yes, so
in
you need
2022,
to panic.
we've had this very unusual situation whereby you've made double-digit losses on both risky assets, stocks,
Risky assets and stocks. How did that come about? You're investing in the same fucking shit they give you to invest in on that stock market. Even the cryptocurrency. They're the one who put it on the stock market, but the government have nothing to do with it supposedly. But it's on the damn network, the stock market. What you think? I already told you, all of them company that you see in the stock market is actually owned by the government people. 100%.
risk-free assets, U.S. Treasuries. That's not supposed to happen. But there's been absolutely nowhere to hide. That is a big issue for retirement plans, pension systems.
You hear that, people? Retirement plan, like I don't tell you, 401k and all them things, Social Security, all the money that you put away for the days when you get old and can't work no more. You're not gonna get it. They keep pushing the age up, but you're not gonna get it. They're finding new ways to kill you now. You're not gonna get that money. 100%. You're not gonna get it. That's what they're talking about right here. That's what they call investment. Remember, I told you the Robinhood app asking for you to set up a 401k so they can save some money for you. Just in case you're an entrepreneur, what they turn you into now. You're a business owner. All of these shit, can you get some money from the government? That's what they fool you with. And then bam, here comes the destruction. Everything fall right in your face. Let's listen.
That's not supposed to happen. But there's been absolutely nowhere to hide. That is a big issue for retirement plans, pension systems.
None of that
no
can go
matter
in.
how well you diversified your...
Don't invest your pensions. Don't invest your savings. Investment is a gambling, like rolling the damn dice. That means you can lose it. The money that you're saving for your retirement, they put it on the line. Now you're gambling it by investing it. You're going to lose it. Anything you invest in is the government own. They don't want to give you back that money that you save for when you're old. They want you to work till you die.
Portfolio, there was no risk mitigation in it at all.
It was all losses.
It was all losses.
Wow.
U.S. existing home sales plunged to a 12-year low in December.
You've seen a huge impact on the housing market.
The Federal Reserve's interest rate hiking cycle has pushed down.
Why is they pushing up the interest rate, people? Why? You understand it or you're just fucking dumb? Why? Did they tell you something and you grasp it? It's just to put the pressure on you. That's it. There's no reason to jack up no interest rate, people. It's because of the pressure. That's what taxes do to you. They put the pressure on the masses by charging you a percentage of something that you own. Why? Why is these taxes hitting you? Why is this high interest rate? It's to put more pressure on the people. And like I said, the more the pressure squeeze, the people gonna fall off to the ground. That's why you have so many homeless people here. Because of the pressure that they're putting on. More interest rate and people can't afford these homes no more. Even though I tell you it makes out of sticks. That's what it is, people.
Housing prices have started actually coming down for the first time in a very long time.
Really?
Mortgage applications have decreased. The crypto market, you've seen a number of companies wiped out.
Crypto winter is here.
Crypto winter, you see that? And I warn you about it, but I'm a mad man. Crazy man just talking shit, so you don't listen to me. You listen to the people pushing it. And like I say, I got a lot of people who listen to the bitter truth right here. And even though they said, yeah, Mag, and they cheer me on, yeah, Mag, the truth. But I told them about the Bitcoin and those cryptocurrency, and they never listen. They said, no, Mag, I'm in investment now. I can't listen to you. Oh, this, that. Oh, Mag, this is a new world, and we have to be in it to survive. So they're in it. And now what happened to you? You see what I'm saying? Who is really there for your benefit? These people who selling you these new trends, these new world order? How is the BAM? I already told you, don't get tied up with nothing that the government got going on. In the new world order, when they bring up Bitcoin and these cryptocurrency, why did you buy in? I explained the whole thing and tell you it's a government scam. That's why they say they don't have no hands in it. But you still buy it and you listen to the bitter truth. I don't get it. Those people, I can't feel it for you. Because you get warned. You never listen. These things gonna happen because I didn't make it up. But it's by design. It was set up for the masses' demise. This so-called cryptocurrency. And once you buy in and believe in it, because they brainwash you enough for you to buy into everything they put on the table. Once you buy into it, then there you go. You're going downhill. There you go, people. That's what they tell you right here. It's like a damn storm. Watch this.
It is not unrelated to what's happened with the Fed.
Sam, hold on to me, Sam.
Watch this right here, people. You see this bullshit that they pull off on you? But you wouldn't understand. You wouldn't get it. The world is a stage. This sodomite right here that they bring is just a stage. He's just working on the stage. He's just working on your damn brain. He have nothing to do with no crypto falling. It's the bank own the cryptocurrency. It's them do it. It's them put it out there. If they said, hey, we putting our hands down and we know that the crypto is a scam or we don't trust it. If the bank say that, there would be no transaction. None. Like I say, nobody walk up to none of these people that they say supposedly own these cryptos and pay them cash. It goes to your bank. Do you get it or not? That alone should open your eyes. There is no crypto transaction can be done without your bank. 100%, and the money is just facts. So with them tell you, hey, the crypto people tell you, oh, we don't have nothing to do with banks. As a matter of fact, we want to get rid of the banks. So we mining the cryptocurrency and all this shit on our own. Where does your money go? When you buy a Bitcoin, when you buy crypto, where does the money go? If it's not the bank own it, you tell me where your money go. Because you no longer have the money. It took it out your account. It's now gone. So where did the money go and it don't go to a bank? Why did the bank take out your money and put it in somewhere else for crypto and they're not involved in it? Truth and fact, let you figure it out. It's the bank that started the whole cryptocurrency. They're the one who started it to hit you, ruffle your feathers a little bit, and like I said, the US currency gonna go crypto. When it go crypto, supposedly, that's gonna be the main cryptocurrency right there. The English money go crypto. All of them European, all of them gonna go crypto. Some of them already gone. That's what you need to understand. So now, the government gonna control your money, how much you spend, when you can spend. You're in violation with the government, they turn off your money. You can't spend no money, you can't move, you can't do shit. That's what the plan is. That's why they give you these characters. All of them is fake. 100% fake.
Faces investigations from U.S. regulators and potentially the Department of Justice.
He invested $3 million into Luna.
Luna. All of them is fake shit, people, like I say, just to get the masses involved and then sweep the rug from under your feet and leave you high and dry. 100% set up by the world government.
You create these asset bubbles. That is, bubbles in stock markets, and bond markets, and real estate markets, and art markets, whatever people invest their money in with borrowed money. And then those bubbles burst, and then that causes a downturn.
And that's what they tell you, bubble. They make sure, put it in that content and then tell you the bubble burst. What a garbage.
Stephen Pearlstein has been reporting on the financial markets and the economy for almost 40 years.
Full of shit.
Bubbles tend to be everything bubbles these days, because if the source of it is cheap money, then you can be pretty much sure that it's not just real estate, or it's not just stocks, or it's not just tech and telecom, or it's not just Bitcoin. These things are connected by rubber bands with each other in a sort of way.
And connected to the government, people who control your life. They're the one who run the whole thing. There is no little man that come up with no damn Bitcoin and them shits. The boy that they show you right there, the Bankfield character, because that's what he's called. His name is Bankfield. That's like the Bernie Madoff. I already told you people, all them is government scam. They run on the masses. Move.
A lot of people are worried about their bank these days. While devastated giants like Citigroup get bailed out again and again and again, many smaller banks are failing.
So you see that, people? Like they tell you in 2008 about the bailing out of these big banks. It's just psyops. Only people with no mind and can't think for themselves would believe that. The banks control money, people. The movements of the money controlled by banks. One bank supposedly transfer money to another. No money transfer. Just numbers. So that means all the banks is the same. They're saying that they insure by this FDIC right there. The federal government insure your money. We go get into that and break it down and show you some things. Because I already told you, all of them banks is the same. 100%.
The federal agency that takes over unsound banks is the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, the same people who guarantee that depositors won't lose their money.
You hear that, people?
Most every Friday now, the FDIC is seizing several banks.
And one thing you have to understand before we get into this, as far as you losing your money, there's a lot of things. Whenever they make a change, a lot of people lose their money. But they're not going to act like it's somebody stole your money. But it's some kind of complication make you can't get your money. I know people have money in there that can't get it out because of some kind of complication, something going on, because they don't switch something or change up something. That's how they do it. They know how to get the masses. Pay attention.
Seen these takeovers happening because they're done secretly at night to make sure that there's no needless panic by depositors.
But no, you don't want no needless panic by the depositors, but you put it on the damn news. The news tell you about it. So what do you mean you don't want to panic the people? Wow, what a dumb shit. Better you say you do it at night because you don't want the people to understand that's what you're doing as far as the ones that own the bank. Pay attention.
Last week, we were given extraordinary access to one of these operations because the FDIC wants you to see what happens to your money.
Wow, why would they give you access and the people's... It's a secret operation, but they give you access. What a dumb shit for the masses. So you have to keep a secret for them? Let's listen.
Bank has failed.
Listen.
They're going to start at one branch, pull the cash out, take it inside the bank.
This is a team.
Look at this right here, people. They line up just like police. This is FBI's. They line up to go take over a bank with the news company behind them. Right there, 60-minute coding.
FDIC agents preparing to seize a bank outside Chicago. What we need to do is we need to pull the corporate records. They've checked into this hotel under a fictitious name, CB and Associates, to prevent a run on the bank.
CB coding for 2332 coding, Freemasonry.
And Associates, to prevent a run on the bank. They don't want anyone to know who they are or why they're here.
You all know that this is for the closing of Heritage Community Bank.
Cheryl Bates and Arthur Cook are in charge of the operation that has been given the code name Happy. Strange, considering what they're about to do.
It's just a mockery for the dumb people. That's all it is. Like I say, they own those banks. Talking about the federal government taking over banks because of their negligence. What a dumb shit for the people. You believe that?
Do not discuss outside of this room what is going on, what we're here for.
They're here to seize all 5 branches of Heritage Community Bank, a 40-year-old.
And there you go, people. All bricks. And you see the wing, the eagle right there. That's what it form out in that seal. Just like the Barclays and all of them. They're all Freemason coding.
Local bank providing savings, student loans, mortgages, and checking. But like so many others recently, Heritage made ruinous bets on real estate. Sheila Bair is chairman.
They're ruling their bets on real estate. Let's listen.
Of the FDIC.
What happened?
How many banks failed last year?
25.
How many
25. Oh, they failed. I hope you explain that shit to the people. How did the bank fail? What caused them to fail?
To fail this year.
It's going up. There have been 16 already now. And so our loss projections are going up. We're having to increase premiums on banks to address the loss projections going forward. Wow. It's a very distressed environment right now.
What did they lose, man? What did the bank lose? I already explained it to you people how the bank work. How did they lose? They lend out more money than they actually have. How did they lose, people? You tell me. You can go for your money. You could have a 50 grand in the bank and you go for it and they say, listen, you can't move that 50 grand today. That's the bank. They run things. You got the money in there, they run things. That means they own you. So if they say, hey, you only can get 10 grand today and, next couple of weeks we can give you another 10 grand and so forth and so on, but there's no way you can take out 50 grand out of here. What did I tell you? Because they own it. Once you put your money in there, they have your money to flip it and flip it and flip it. They loan out your money with interest, you get none. So how did the bank lose, people? Okay, so these banks don't know the bank business. They don't know how the bank do to make money off the people. That's the reason why they're falling. This is garbage.
I wonder if you have a number in mind of how much the FDIC is prepared to pay for bank failures in 2009.
This is what they're going to tell you for you to be comfortable. Look at the face. Look at this right here, people. It's just a show. For all of you who don't know, this is just a show. Listen.
Well, we make a 5-year projection that for the next 5 years we project that we'll lose $65 billion.
Yeah, that people, $65 billion. They project they're gonna lose that much. The FDIC gonna lose that much money because they insure the bank. Wow, you believe them, people? You better wake your ass up. No bank is falling. They're just faking you and make these people look good. You don't get it, people. They shouldn't be there because your money not supposed to be in no damn danger to begin with. The bank is the one who have your money. Of course, they're supposed to be responsible for it.
Closings.
$65 billion.
$65 billion.
Some of that was about to be spent on the imminent failure of Heritage Community Bank.
What a dumb
It
shit.
held 12,000 deposits totaling more than $200 million.
Wow.
The FDIC team waited for the last customer to leave. Cheryl Bates prepared to go in. What sorts?
You see? Take a look. The clock said 6 o'clock right there.
Prepared to go in. What sorts of specialists do you have on this team?
We have accountants. We have asset specialists who specialize in loans. We have
And what they're gonna do at that particular moment when you bring all these accountants and all these people in there? What they're gonna do?
people who specialize in just the physical facilities. And we have a group of investigators that come in and do a review on the reasons for the bank failure.
Wow.
Really, your whole team?
One day, people, one night, they're gonna go in there and put all of that shit on the table. I guess all of those people that involved in that bank gonna be right there. The owners and everybody gonna be right there in place for this exhibition, this garbage. 100%. Like I said, they're the one who own
Come
them.
in and run the bank.
Play too
Yes.
much.
4 months ago, the FDIC in state of Illinois ordered the bank to stop risky lending and raise cash. But Heritage couldn't find new investors.
Stop risky lending and raise cash. Risky lending, there ain't such thing as no risky lending, people. First of all, if you don't have good credit, they charge you high interest rate. So that means you're gonna pay for that shit that you loan, pay for that loan 10 times. You got it? All because your credit is bad, supposedly. You don't have a good record in credit, so they hit you with a big interest rate. Tell me when the bank lose, people. Like I say, they find a way to get their money back by any means necessary. And a lot of people got money in the bank that never really get it out. Like I tell you before, the banks there, complications make a lot of people can't get their money from them. They have that shit planned. More than money that they're talking about, more than the money that they just mentioned that they're gonna pay back. They have that in people, just leave their money there. Because like I say, people, if you have $1, if everybody, say for instance 10 million people have 50 cents in there, that's $5 million. You get what I'm saying? It's just the number of people that could leave a small amount of money. The bank never lose. All they do is gain. They're always going to have the people money to flip it and make more.
The night of February 27th,
Of course.
no one at the bank knew that the end was minutes away.
What a
The
dumb shit.
FDIC walked into all 5 branches at once. The chief executive, John Saphir,
They wait for the last customer to come out and then they walk in. That means the door is locked, fool. Let's watch.
was told that the bank that was his life's work was no longer his. We waited outside as they
people, the
delivered the
owner in
news
there.
to the employees.
Hold on, go back.
Was no longer his.
What is this?
We
right
waited
here?
outside as they delivered the news to the employees.
With Heritage Bank, your
There
pay
go the star.
stopped at 6 p.m.
6 p.m. right on the money. And like I say, our coding, even right now, it says 6:30. Right there, people. 3-6 is coding.
6:01, you went on a pay, which is paid by the FDIC. Unused vacation time, you will be paid for it. You will not lose it.
In that moment, Operation Happy looked pretty grim.
Wow.
Correct. Because
Operation
I would
Happy.
say a large majority of the employees don't know that the bank is in trouble and that it's about to close.
We want it to be as seamless as possible for your depositors, so no depositor loses any money at all. And they react.
I told you it's a government trick, people. That bank didn't go under. They're the one who just remove it. That's what they do. You don't get it, people. They have a reason to move it. Like I tell you about a lot of Walmarts that just gonna shut down. You see in Portland, couple of areas there, they're pulling out the Walmarts out of there. What did I tell you? Because they let you depend on them. They show up. When they show up, you was all right. You have all these little places, little, mom and pops type of business in the neighborhood. So that's who you go to for every little things. Change your tire, all of these things. And then the Walmart show up. Shut down all those business. That's it. Once they come in with everything cheaper and convenient, everything, they sell every damn thing. Then now all of those small businesses gonna take a hit. And then the Walmart just soups disappear in these end times. What do you think about that? They fix you up all good and then they're gone. They shut down all the small business and they're gone. What that tell you? The same thing with these little banks, people. They're owned by the same government people. They just come in because they know it's a good time to take it away. They got the advantage. And like I say, another bank gonna pop up right there in that location.
Did somewhat with dismay and shock that we were there. And it is a very trying period for them. So it is an end to that whole chapter of their lives.
When we walk in, we are appear to be the bad guys.
I mean, some of those people have been there more than 20 years.
And those are the ones who take it the hardest because they feel that they have put their life into it and now it's no longer there.
Yes, they do put their life in it. Like I tell you, don't put your life into no damn job. You hear me? Don't kill yourself on no job. You're just a number. You're just an employee. That's all. So they can just fire you anytime. You understand? They can fire you. They can kick you out anytime. That's what they do. You're just a number. They hire somebody else. So why kill yourself on their job? Yeah, man. I'm Mac Bitter Truth Podcast. Appreciate everybody for listening. Like I say, don't ever trust the banks, people. And like I say, it's something that's basically in times now. That's what they're doing now. So everybody want to get involved with these direct deposits and all of these things. But the government have a plan for us where we go that route. It's easy for them to control our money. It's easier for them to tell what you're paying for. That's just how it is. It's going to be just one way to pay. I'm on the run. Bam.